Kansas City, are you ready? Everybody on your feet. Let's do it big. Kansas City doing big.
This is Richard Smith with the Richard Smith Show, where we talk about all things Kansas City Chiefs. How are we doing, Chiefs Kingdom? It is Saturday, October 13th, and it is the eve of the Kansas City New England Sunday Night Showdown. But before we talk about that, a nice little introduction from Tech 9 there, a little hometown kid that, I think we've all grown accustomed to over the years here in Kansas City. So I figured I would start off the show with a little Kansas City hit from Tech. So, Kansas City, Jacksonville. We took that game 30-14. Our defense looked amazing with 5 turnovers and 5 sacks. It was a great day by our defense, holding Jacksonville to 14 points and really just making them look elementary on offense. It was really great to see, our defense finally step up and show us a little something and give us something to look forward to in the future. With Mahomes having an off game, throwing 2 interceptions and really didn't even have a passing touchdown, it was really crucial and critical for our defense to show up like they did. So that was a great game, and it showed the NFL that we are not just offense, that we can stop a high-powered offense as well. And again, we are number 1 on third down conversion on defense, and I think everybody overlooks that. But with Mahomes having kind of a slow day, Hunt really stepped it up, a big rushing day, big time receiving yards, had a great game on the ground, a couple of rushing touchdowns, and it really seemed like we were in control of this game from minute 1. So it was really great to see us have an all-around great game, with all the turnovers, 4 interceptions, one by Lucas, Scantrick, Nelson, Chris Jones had a pick 6, 5 sacks, Terrence Smith, D. Ford, Xavier Williams, Alan Bailey, and Chris Jones. And with that being said, Chris Jones, what a huge day. A sack, a pick 6. I mean, you really couldn't ask for a better day than that. And with that being said, Mahomes was 23 for 38 for 313 yards and 2 interceptions. And we knew those interceptions were going to come. It was just a matter of time. But I'm just glad that they happened in a game where our defense showed up and really just absolutely dominated. Hunt had 22 rushes for 87 yards and a touchdown or 2. Kelsey had 5 receptions for 100 yards. Watkins had 6 receptions for 78 yards. Hill had 4 receptions for 61 yards. So it really was truly a well-rounded game, and I look for Mahomes to pick up from, where he left off, the week before. I don't see him going into New England and having these problems. I know that he understands that he has to have a well-rounded, polished game against New England, especially going into Foxborough. But it seems like, we kind of have New England's number. Opening day last year, we faced off in an epic nationally televised game where we really smashed New England and humiliated Brady and Belichick, and gave them their worst loss as far as a coach quarterback combination in their career. We won that game 42-27 at Gillette Stadium. Kareem Hunt exploded on the scene with 3 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 2 receiving, 148 rushing yards, and 98 yards receiving. And all that came after his very first play as an NFL running back, and he fumbled the ball. And I'll never forget, you watch that clip and you watch the coach go up to Kareem Hunt on the sideline and say, "Hunt, look, it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish." And boy, look how he finished. What a great inaugural day in the NFL for Kareem Hunt, to really explode on the scene against New England. So I really look for that to be a key element in our game this year against New England too. We have so many weapons in our offensive arsenal that nobody can stop them all. And Kareem really needs to have a huge breakout game this weekend. And it's one of those things that he really hasn't had, a game where he has 30 touches. We're slinging the ball all over the field. It's kind of hard for Hunt to get in a rhythm, when he barely gets any touches. So, with all of that being said, Kansas City is 5-0. New England is 3-2. This is finally the year where we go in this game and New England is a underdog in Vegas. So that's nice to see the confidence that everybody has, with the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's move on to the key players to this game. For Kansas City, like I said, is Kareem Hunt and obviously Patrick Mahomes. We really need to come out on fire against Brady. He added a weapon in Josh Gordon, and I look for him to be one of the key players on the Patriots as well, with Brady included. So really all of our key players here are on offense, and I just think that clock management is key for both teams. And I really look for Belichick to try to keep us off the field. But like I said in my broadcast before, it really doesn't matter how long you keep us off the field. If we can drive 95 yards in 53 seconds, really what type of scheme can you run against us? It's just, can you slow us down? Can you keep us off the field? And can you produce more points than us? And I look for that to be a no. I look for us to take the Patriots second straight year. That'll put us up 4 games in the conference and give us the tiebreaker if New England goes on a run towards the end of the season. But I don't look for them to finish strong like we will. I really don't look for any team besides the Rams to finish as strong as Kansas City. So it's going to be a great game. I look for this battle to I would say it's going to be a close game into the second half, and we're going to come out and blow it up. So, Belichick, Brady, I hope you're ready for us. We got past our tough games with Jacksonville and Pittsburgh and Denver and really San Diego. So we're looking strong here. We're peeling right through the tough part of our schedule where everybody said, even if we went 3-2 and this little 5-game stretch here, and which we've gone undefeated so far, we would turn out great. But look, when you beat Pittsburgh, and Jacksonville, and then you can go into Foxborough or Gillette Stadium and you can beat Brady and the Patriots. Look out. That is a playoff and Super Bowl caliber team, which I think everybody knows the Kansas City Chiefs are. So, predictions for this game. Like I said, I look Kansas City to take this one. It's going to be a little bit closer than some of the games before, but I look for Kansas City to take this one 38-31. I don't see the Patriots having an answer for our offensive arsenals because nobody in the NFL has that stout of a defense, not even the Rams. I don't care what anybody says. You cannot stop the weapons that we have on the field. So, it is going to be a great game, Kansas City. Get up and get pumped. It is a Sunday night showdown tomorrow night at Gillette Stadium. Let's let's stay up. Let's drink some beer. Let's watch this game. Any of you who are traveling to New England, to Gillette Stadium, props to you. You're a diehard fan. Get out there and scream your head off and represent the Kansas City Chiefs, because I really look for us to be walking away with a win tomorrow night. And that's important because we head into next Sunday against the Bengals on a Sunday night showdown too. So we keep up this action, we are going to keep seeing nationally televised games. And last national televised game that we had, the ratings were up 10%. Strictly because Patrick Mahomes was playing in that game. So the level of excitement for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs is so high. It's, raising the ratings everywhere. Patrick, you're handling this really well. You're a superstar. You're bringing a new face to the NFL, and you're giving Kansas City hope. We deserve a championship. I don't think anybody in the entire United States would argue that. Our fan base is amazing. We have the loudest stadium in an NFL. And look, I just want to throw this out there because I'm still having a hard time believing this. But Patrick Mahomes, that's the starting quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs. Nobody else. Is it time for Brady to pass that torch on to Mahomes? Yeah, I would say that that's quite possible. So, Mahomes, let's come out there. Let's be showtime. Show everybody in the NFL what you got against the premier team in the NFL. We walk away with a win. I would put us as a lock for the AFC Championship and moving on to the Super Bowl. So, Kansas City, I wanted to get this out there and make sure that this broadcast was posted before the game, because I have noticed that when I do a broadcast 24 hours before, sometimes it doesn't get posted until after the game. So I want to make sure that I got it out there early enough to where tomorrow morning everybody could hear this. Like I said, look for me on iTunes, YouTube, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, every third-party app. I'm everywhere. I'm still also under the Kansas City Chiefs Power Hour, also the Richard Smith Show. So check me out, subscribe, like. I'd like to get a bigger audience. I'd like some feedback from y'all, please, because I would like to be interactive. If you all interact with me, I will start going live to where I can have guest speakers on the show, which I prefer fans because I want to hear your output. So with all that being said, Kansas City, you enjoy your Saturday night. Get ready for this game tomorrow. I know y'all are as excited as me. I love Kansas City. I love the Chiefs. This is going to be a great game. I'll tell you what, Kansas City, Monday morning we wake up with a win. I'll tell you what, we are in a great spot. Great spot in the season. So I will leave you all with that, Kansas City. Have a wonderful night. This is my broadcast. Look for me to have another broadcast here Monday for the post-game analysis. So this is the Richard Smith Show, where we talk about all things Kansas City Chiefs. Have a good night, Kansas City.